Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. I just love technology. Is the picture clear? This is Jeffrey. I need something. Maybe this will work. All right. Well, come and say hello. So this is a live event. I'm going to be here probably, I think, for 2 hours. It's pay to play. You have a question, you PayPal me $10 or Venmo me $10, and I answer your question. Pay to play. Will somebody say hello? Okay. Hello. I'm ready. Are you ready? Say something. Let's see. What should I say? Hello. Don't be shy. Hi, Michaela. Well, I'm ready to answer questions. I'm ready to pay to play. Soy listo. I think the information is there, isn't it? Let me close all my other windows. I had a problem. I put up the live and then the whole thing disappears. Oh, do you want to stream the preview? There is no preview. Okay, I'm going to put the information, if I could find it. I'm going to add it. Oh, no. Hang on. Hi, Dina. How are you? Thanks for your support. I'm going to put up the links. Hang on. No, I'm back to where I was. Okay. You'd think I would have the links ready. I sort of had them ready, but I had the weirdest thing today. I heard from my landlord, who nothing's going on in New York. And he's like, oh, they're going to cut off Con Ed. It's like, I don't care. That's the electricity company. So it's like, they're going to cut off your gas. It's like, well, no one's been living there for 2 years. So I finally put it to him. I'm like, look, you want to buy me out? I'm ready. I'm open. Well, what are you looking for? I'm like, talk with your daughter. I'm fully expecting to get phone calls, for nothing as I'm doing this live. Okay, I'm going to try to put up the links. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know how to. Hi, Patricia. You know how techie I am. You know how techie I am. So, all right, it's pay to play. So you have a question, it's $10. I'm singing for my supper, honey. Singing for my supper. And if you want to, if you want it more private, you can go to ripecolorcommunity.com, my new website, and I think it's on the top. So you would email me. It's for $20. Email me one question, and then I'll do it, and I'll send it back to you via email. Well, I'm glad people are here. So how are you doing, Patricia? And Dina? And Michaela? Is Michaela the correct pronunciation? Anyway, I heard from my landlord, and it's all this. One of my neighbors had called me something about Con Ed. Con Ed is the electric and gas company. Oh, well, they're going to cut you off. It's like, what? fine with me because, oh, I think they're going to pull out the gas meter. It's like, pull out the gas meter. I don't really give a, you know what. I don't really care. Like, let the landlord pay for it. You know what I mean? It's like he takes no responsibility. So I said to him, look, you want to buy me out? I'm open to it. Because I really would like to be done. Just be done. I have no intention of going back. Yeah. Well, I guess you live in New York too. Yeah. Well, no one's been living there since, it's like a year and 3 months. It's like, do what you need to do. I don't really care because at the end of the day, let the landlord pay for it. Let it be more for him. It's like, give me money, I'll get out. Make my rent stabilized apartment into like whatever you want to do. I don't really care. I just want to be done. I just want to be done. All right. So, anyone have any questions? Like, pay to play. I know a lot of people do things for free, and that's great, but I can't afford to do it for free. And, it's kind of not fair, really. So, you know what I am going to do, though? I'm going to do a new moon reading. I would love to turn this into a regular event, but it has to, pay. Okay, so let's see. Let me figure out my PayPal link. You'd think I would have it. Let me go to try to find it. Hang on. Okay. Okay, I'm getting the link. So the first one is Jesus Christ. Welcome. I can give myself. Hang on. Okay, this is the PayPal. Okay, and then I'll do this separate. Thank you, Dina, by the way. Oh my God, it's taking me everywhere. Or Venmo. I don't know if the Venmo link works. Somebody Venmoed me yesterday or the day before, and they said it didn't work. They didn't Venmo me. They tried. But then I pressed the link and it worked. And I went into the back end and la, 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 la. I don't really use Venmo. It's mostly PayPal. They're owned by the same company anyway, but there are all these people who are a certain age. It's like, oh, I don't PayPal. I only Venmo. It's like it going to the same place. What's the difference? It's like, oh, I don't PayPal. I only Venmo. It's like it going to the same place. What's the difference? Oh. And right before I started, of course, the dogs were crazy. The dogs were crazy. All right. Well, while I'm waiting, I'm going to do a new moon reading because, it's like I'm here. Honestly, if I could do this every Friday and make a couple of bucks, I'd be more than happy to do it. But just to do it for free, it's like my time is worth something, All right. Everyone understands that, I'm sure. Okay, let's do a new moon reading because I think this new moon, so it's, I think, 28 degrees Taurus. Hi, Stephen. So what makes you Jupiterian? All right, let's do a new moon reading. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Yeah. So this is interesting. So it starts with, so this is always fertile messages, but it's almost like overwhelming. There's like so much stuff coming at you, so many fertile ideas. And then we have the King of Cups. Ah, okay. Because you're very Jupiter, I understand. Pisces Sun, Pisces Sagittarius. That's an interesting combo. All right. Then we have the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is really empathic, really compassionate, and he listens to himself. So, if you're getting all these messages, it's like, okay, I have to sit still and see the one that's the most beneficial, the most kind, the most healing, right? And then I can get clear, or you can get clear. Yeah, in a practical manner. And Archangel Michael comes through, and maybe it's something new you never thought of before. Okay. Oh, look. And then the Empress shows up. So it's something fertile, it's something creative, it's something that's easy, it flows, it's beneficial, it's fertile, it's lovely. It's lovely. So, first you're going to get all this, I'm thinking this, I'm thinking that, it's a little, and then, you calm down, you become the King of Cups, you listen with compassion to yourself, to your inner self, to your heart, really to your heart. And then you get clear with the Ace of Swords, a new idea. The Queen of Pentacles, who is fertile. She knows how to plan things. She knows how to be self-loving, self-caring. And then Archangel Michael comes through. The swords, new idea, new perspective, new way of looking at things, and something new. So it's like, oh well, I always thought I would be in this industry, and all of a sudden it's like, well, why can't I be a baker? And then the Empress comes. Yay, hooray. And yeah, it's about going in. So it's really this energy of really trusting yourself, trusting your light, no matter what is going on the outside, no matter, everybody says I should do this. It's like, I'm the be all end all, so to speak. Yeah, to establish something new, a change. And also this is also about listening to, it comes through your third eye. Comes through your third eye, establishing a new tradition. It's also the card of Taurus. One of the cards, yeah, it's a card of Taurus. This is sort of a card of Taurus too. Look, another ace. So, this is something I never thought I'd be doing, la, 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 la. But I'm trying it, and it looks like it's, going to open up for me. How do you like that? So that's the story. That's the story. I mean, it's all new. I have two aces. I have the Empress. I have a king. I have a bug. What are you? You have a queen. You know what I'm also all of a sudden getting, because I have a king and a queen and the Empress and the Hierophant? It's like people are going to show up and help you. Like people in authority or something, or someone's going to show up and help you. That's what I'm getting. Well, I'm I'm ready to pay to play. I thought it was such a genius name. I thought it was such a little genius name. I still do. And the other thing I want to really do with the channel is I want to make videos that are more what I call like evergreen. So I think I sent the money to the right place. Let me see. My phone is on. Label New York. Yeah, but it's label. Yeah, label New York. Search and mail. All inboxes. Now live. Oh, you've got money. Yay, hooray. Blessings, blessings. Thank you, Dina. Okay, I'm ready to pay to play. Thank you, Dina. Okay, so Dina, what is your question? I'm so excited. Okay, no comprendo. It's a silly? Yeah, the PayPal went through. I don't know why my phone isn't on. It should be making noises. Of course, it'll ring. Will the run in Philadelphia marathon? Will I run? So I guess you're from Philadelphia. Are you from Philadelphia, Dina? My sound is on. Freaking phone. It's not a silly question. All right, let me see. I love Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia is a fantastic city. I really do. I really love Philadelphia. I find it really charming. I think the people are friendly. It's diverse. There's good food. There's good museums. Certainly the public sculpture is a lot better than in New York, I have to tell you that. Oh, you live upstate. Okay. I get a running card, right? Running. Yes. I get a yes. I mean, because I get the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords takes what's his and runs with it, right? It's like he doesn't pick up anyone else's thoughts. It's like I'm going to take what's mine and run with it, right? And then this is like a little bit of a travel card. And it's like, well, I hope in my heart that this is going to be and happen, and I'm going somewhere. So, and there's an optimism toward it and a bright future. It's like, yeah, I see myself doing that. And then I get the Sun, and the Sun is a definite yes. And the Sun is the biggest card here. And the Sun is a definite yes. The Sun is joy, freedom, optimism, go for it, abundance, clarity. So have a clear vision of see yourself. It's like, I see myself paying the thing. I see myself running on the streets of Philadelphia. I see myself meeting Ben Franklin. Right? I see myself, and I see myself doing that. So it's like I see myself doing that, and I feel it, and it's like, yes, why not? It's not a silly question. And I get a lot. I mean, I got the running card. This is like he's running, right? And he's wearing red boots. What's interesting about this card too? So it's a 7. So 7s are about confidence. And some people say, oh, this is the card of the thief, la la la. All cards have a million interpretations. So 7 is confidence. So it's confidence in one's thoughts and confidence in one's instinct. But it's also sometimes I feel like it's taking somebody else's idea and running with it, right? Oh, it's like you did that, but I could do it better. And what's more confident than going into the enemy camp in the middle of the day, taking their ammunition while wearing red boots and a red hat, right? Not like, oh, I'm doing it by the dark of night. It's like I'm doing in the middle of the day. I'm just going to go and grab what it is that I want in the middle of the day because it's mine. Right. Okay, good. Good, Dina. There was a really good restaurant that I went to in Philadelphia, and it was in Center City. I mean, everything's in Center City, not everything, but I think it was called something like, it was a weird name. It was like As Is, something like that. And it was so crowded, we had to sit at like the bar, but the bar was where they cooked. Like it was, it was sort of a bar, sort of like, but it was big. It was really wide. It wasn't like you had to sit like this. It was really wide. And we were talking to the people who cooked. And well, it was a fantastic meal, fantastic. And the Museum of Art is amazing. And it's a wonderful place. It's a wonderful place. It really is. I really like it a lot. I really like it a lot. Very underrated city. The sound is on. The notification sound. Let's do that one. All right. Yeah, exactly. Grab what you want. You're welcome, Dina, and thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm ready I'm ready for more. I mean, in all honesty, I would love to do between 20 and 30 readings today. I am so ready. You know me, I have a lot of energy. So I am ready. I am ready. It's very interesting that the landlord called. It's like, okay, I planted the seed. Oh. Oh, gracias. My friend sent me a message in Spanish that he loves my green shirt, so I guess he's watching. Hola, Miguel. Hola. Hola. Muchas gracias. And todos los americanos piensan yo hablo bueno, pero I don't. I don't. My speaking isn't terrible, but my comprehension is not very good. Oh, thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Stephen. Okay. This phone, of course, it's not going to Dios mío. Now live. Okay, Stephen, give me a minute. Okay. No tengo. It'll take a minute. So where do you live, Stephen? Do you want to run in the marathon as well? Oh. This freaking thing. So, Stephen, what's your question? I haven't gotten the payment, but I'm sure I will. I love technology so much. That's why I think I'm doing 2 lives. I had the other one all set up, and then it's like, edit. It's like, I don't want to edit. Usually it comes up, go live, and it's like, where's that button? I live in California, originally from Long Island. So, Stephen, what's your question? spiritual business launch soon. What kind of business are you in, Stephen? What do you have to put together? Are there things that you have to, I don't know, put together? Like dot your I's and cross your T's and stuff? You're right. You're right there. You're right at your astrology. You're right. I mean, you're ready. Look, you have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is like, I've left the past behind. I'm ready. I have a new. I've cried my tears. I'm moving on from this sense of being alone, this sense of being out in the cold. I'm looking toward something new, but you're right there. You're right. I think you're still in transition. You're still a little back and forth. So the key is to take on this energy, right? Is to take on, like, tune into your Sag energy of enthusiasm, optimism, shoot that arrow optimistically, right? Like, be the horse, because it wants you to, but I think that there's still, that you have to, oh, this didn't work. Oh, I'm really sad. Somebody is not around anymore. There's that energy. And then the answer is yes. You got 4 card. But you have the Queen, right? Patience with a new vision. Letting go. You have 2 5s. So 5 is change right in the middle. One of them is like letting go of the past disappointment. One of them is letting go of this sense of I don't belong. I'm out in the cold. And understanding that in the card, this is here as well, right? The hope, the inspiration, the change. Spirit is with you, right? Because I have the hope, right? The anchor is here. And, this is like, sometimes I feel like this is fighting ourselves, right? So this is part of us, right? Going, oh, it's not going to work. Oh, I'm in the snow. Oh, my feet are freezing. But this one, even though his leg is all messed up, is looking up. If you look really close, he's like, they got soup. They got soup. They got soup. There's warmth here. But it's really about where my head is at. But if you go into the hope and you go into the Sagittarian energy of like, I'm shooting this arrow, then this happens, right? Something established, a dynasty, foundation. Yay. I hope that was helpful. Oh, you read Tarot as well. Sí, mi camisa es guayabera. I think you saw this one before. So, Stephen, I wish you the best of luck. I wish you the best of luck. I hope it becomes really lucrative for you. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So, where I want to take the channel is I want to do more evergreen videos. I want to do more videos that people can watch again and again. So that's why I did the Aries and the Taurus one. And they're the kind of videos that can be up for a year or 2 or 3 or 4 or 10. Whereas, a live video is, it's good for like the new moon, but then we're going to have a full moon. Or the May reading is good for May, or the daily reading is good for the day, but you're not going to watch the daily reading from 3 days ago. I need to make more that are evergreen. And I have a lot of information and a lot of I want to talk about astrology and tarot and other spiritual things. I mean, that's what I want to do and make those types of videos. Hi, Sheila. All right. Pay to play, kids. $10 a question, 3-card reading. I'm ready for you. Should I put up the information again? Let me try. Let me see if this will work. Oh, it did. Good. There's the PayPal. Good. It actually worked. You're welcome, Stephen. You're welcome. All right, I'm ready, kids. Pay to play. You know what I'm grateful for? I'm grateful that I didn't, sometimes you get people and it's like, oh, well, answer it for me for free. And all right, I'm ready. Let's go, kids. And if you watched the video earlier, I had a whole reading for the new moon, and like everything is changing. I mean, we're all in a state of change, and it's good. I think it's really good. So, Stephen, I have a interesting chart. So I am Sun, Neptune, Mercury, Sirius conjunct Scorpio, second house. Then I have Venus conjunct Vesta, very early Sagittarius, like 0 and 2 degrees. And I'm then I have then it's kind of loose conjunction Mars in Sagittarius, third house, 9 degrees. And then the node I'm going away from is in Capricorn. And then Saturn in Aquarius, which squares everything in Scorpio, conjunct Pholus. And then and that's middle degrees also. And then Pisces, 15 degrees. Chiron, 15 degrees in Pisces, 6th house. And then 7th house, I have Jupiter, Aries, and Jupiter at about 10 degrees. And then the 8th house is empty. The 9th house is my point of fortune. 10th house is the node in Cancer, the one I'm supposed to go toward. And then early 11th house, Leo moon. And then I have Uranus and Pluto conjunct, naturally, kind of middle degrees also in Virgo. And I'm a Virgo rising. There we go. Now you know everything. All right, I am ready. I am ready, kids. Are there people out there? Say hello. I got the money from you, Stephen, just now. And I like your title, your name. Well, you know what, Stephen? It's sort of like you have to go with how you feel. Right? You have to go with how you feel. It's like, because sometimes, I have certain people that like watch me every week and, they're sign A, but like their rising is so important to them. Like they relate more to, the Gemini than the Taurus, say, whatever. Me, I always read both, because what do you call it? I'm really Scorpio, but the Virgo is really very prominent too, because I could be very Virgo-y. I could be very meticulous, very organized, very, Mercury. And if Mercury is the ruler, right, and Mercury is conjunct everything. So, yeah, I think that's why I get along with Gemini so well too. It's because it's on my top and it's Mercury and la 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 la. But you have to go with your instinct. And I think what happens is, Stephen, as you read more, it's like, oh yeah, I've met other people with Venus in this house and this sign, and this was their personality, and I think that fits here too. It's like everything else. You get more. The more you practice, the better you get. Just like everything else. I don't know what whole sign all that means, and that I sort of know what it means, but I don't. I know a little bit about astrology. I know more about the signs themselves, and I know more about the planets themselves. But to put the whole thing together is a little confusing to me. It's a little bit like Spanish to me. Like I kind of know the words, but how do I put them together in a sentence? So that's the challenge. All right, kids, I'm ready. Let's play to pay. Yeah, Virgo ascendant. I'm a Virgo rising. Madonna's a Virgo rising. Oh, I see. Yeah, but my ascendant is at like 24, 25 degrees. All my houses end at around 24, 25, kind of the end. All right. So play to pay. Let's go, kids. I'm so ready. I am so ready. Oh, I was also on Nancy Jean's garden yesterday, and we did a past life. People that asked questions. It was actually very interesting. So she threw some cards, I threw some cards, and it was very interesting. All right, I'm ready to play to pay. Let's go, kids. I thought it was such a genius name, and I'm so ready to do 30 readings. Okay, 10. I'm ready to do 10 readings. I got all dressed up. I didn't do the floor yet. I have to do the floor. Thank you, Dina. Yeah, it was I got 2 aces. The Empress was there, the Hierophant was there, the Hermit. So I think it's really about this is really what's going on. I think that we're all collectively getting in touch with our own individuality, and we're all more willing and more empowered and more it's like, oh yeah, well, I'm scared to do something new. It's like, yeah, but it's not enough anymore. It's not enough anymore. It's sort of like, do it or don't do it. Like, love your hair, hope you win. Let's move forward. Didn't I send? It would go to Label New York. Is the hi Brenda. It would go to Label New York. I'm going to find the Venmo link too. I don't know if people have Venmo. Give me a second. I know I can't see you. Log in. Oh, now they want the new password. Oh, Jesus Christ. Great. The PayPal doesn't work? Let me try to find the Venmo link. Isn't it at the beginning of the thing? Hang on. Hi, Joan. Hopefully that works. I heard myself reverberating. 3-card reading, yes. Yeah, I'm doing a 3-card reading. And if people want like a more private or whatever, you could also go to my site, which is this, and you can send me $20 and I'll do a 3-card reading and email you the results. I did that already. I can't get into my own Venmo account. I don't know how. I sent you the PayPal link. I sent the Venmo. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm lost. And I'd like to try to figure it out now. I don't know how. I know when I press the link, it goes there. I wish I knew what to do, but I don't. I had to get a schedule put on my new website. And it's like, oh, it's so simple and it's so intuitive. And it's like after 5 hours, it wasn't simple or intuitive. And I called them a million times. How did we do with our customer service? Terrible. So I had to hire somebody to do it. So that's what I did. So, I don't know why the PayPal doesn't work. I wish it did, but it doesn't. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know. It worked for Stephen. It worked for Dina. Oh, you sent one. Thank you, Joe. Okay. Give me a second. It takes a few minutes to get through because Stevens didn't come through for a while. Search and mail. All right. Okay, Joan. What's your question? I don't think I've ever seen you before, Joan. Welcome. I do daily readings. I do weekly readings. I do monthly readings. I do new moon readings. I do full moon readings. I do eclipse readings, equinox readings. I do a lot of readings. General read for the weekend. Okay. Are you planning something fun this weekend, Joan? Are we going somewhere? Are you going to come to Mexico and come and see me? I'm going to take you to the pyramids. The Zocalo. All right. Yeah. Stop overthinking things. Don't overthink things. Oh, what if this happens? What if that happened? Like move on from there and start anew. It's like I'm putting on a new outfit. I'm doing something new. I'm done. I'm done and I'm going on a little freaking adventure. I'm going somewhere I've never gone before. I'm going somewhere that's like I'm going to experience something new. Oh, I've never had Vietnamese food before. I'm going to for Vietnamese in a town I've never been to before. I'm going to go on an adventure. It's very like put on your adventure hat, put on your like it's almost like the energy of the Fool card, even though it's not the Fool. It's like I got to get out of my own head and end that story and start something new because like I'm going to put all my worries and my crazy in my head and whatever on the side, and I'm going to go out and go do something I've never. I'm going to go antiquing. I haven't gone antiquing in 10 years. I'm going to go to a garden. I never go to gardens. I'm going to, like that. Um, I don't know, Brenda. Brenda, I don't know. I put up the link. It seemed to have worked. Um, I don't know. I'm not techie. So, did that make sense to you, Joan? Adventure based in love, right? This was fertile, but it only grew so far. Now I have this, it can go anywhere. Ah, yeah, this is a trouble card, actually. This is a trouble card. But it's important to put the past to end one story and start another. Okay, let me try to figure out the PayPal link. I don't, all inboxes. Yes, the label 777. I'm sorry, Brenda. I don't mean to be, it's very frustrating to me too, believe me, because sometimes you have this technical stuff and it's not like I know what I'm doing. Yeah, here it is. Hang on. Oh, shit. Thank you. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Patricia. I pressed buttons, cut and paste, and it was like, it's like, that's not what I did. Maybe you should all come to Mexico City and we can all build a computer together. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, I can cook. I can paint. I can dance. There's a lot of stuff I can do, but some of this techie stuff, it's like, and now what? Oh, and then they go, can you send us a screenshot? Oh, did you press this button? It's like, yes, I pressed that button. Well, it should work. Yeah, but I've tried 10 times. Well, keep on trying. So I just hire somebody to do it. Will I be smiling? I love that. Asking whether you'll be smiling made me smile. So I think you will be smiling. It's a nice way to put it. Is it and you're a Gemini and you should be good at that. So it's Dina, you know what I mean? Okay, Brenda, I'm answering the question. Okay. International investment comes through. It's not too loud, right? I got a towel. I don't really like using a towel, but people were complaining yesterday about the shuffling. I think it will, but I think you have to be patient. I think there's a real patience element to this. There's a real patience because I get the strength card, which is fantastic, right? But the strength card is really like taming oneself. It's like, I'm going to, hang on to my power until it is needed. And then, spirit will tell me when to move. But generally, the strength is a yes. But then I get the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is really about perspective. And it's like, I feel like you need to be patient and it's almost like it's almost like the more you let go of it, the quicker it'll come, right? But because then I get the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is kind of a yes, but it's almost like out of the blue. It's almost like when you let go of it is when it'll come. Like that's what I'm getting. When you let go of it, it'll come. Here's you got 4 card. Yeah, but if you sit and worry, then it's almost like it pushes it away. It's like an energy, right? The funny thing is that the thing with the landlord, I have a friend who's a lawyer, and I contacted him, and he's a friend of mine, but he's not the most focused. Let's put it that way. And I asked this and I asked that. It's like, well, keep on asking. So because it's like, you know what? If I had at this point, like, let's contact the landlord and say, look, you want to give me money? Come up with a number and let's get going. So today, the landlord called me at I haven't heard from him in a year with some garbage about Con Ed. Like, I don't really care if they pull the electricity out of the apartment because I ain't going back. So I put it to him like, you want to buy me out? Come up with a number. So it's kind of like once I sort of let go, it sort of comes in a way. Did that make sense to you, Brenda? It's really funny. Oh, good, Brenda. It's funny with the financial stuff. It's like, oh, well, I want and it always comes at the right time. I'm really getting that. I'm really getting. It's like, oh, this comes at just when I thought it wasn't going to happen, it happens. And to hear from the landlord this morning, right before I did a thing, because honestly, he could kind of get away cheap because I just want to be done. Like I want enough money to like pay off my old bills and be done, right? So that I'm more stable. And then, I could figure out new stuff, like give me a little cushion so that I can pay off the old credit card. 'Cause I paid a lot of money for my teeth that I keep on paying every month. So it's like, I just want to be done with that and not have those bills every month. And then I could rest easy and say, okay, well, I think I'm going to try this with the station. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, instead of like being uh, in that position, you know? So that's my story. That's my story. And thank you for your patience, Brenda. I appreciate it. Well, somebody wants to sell me something. That's nice. All right. Now listen, kids, I need to take a 3-minute break. I really gotta go to the bathroom. I will be right back. So I tell you what, this is for the collective. This is going to be a really weird little thing. I'm putting down a card, right? Why don't you all tell me what you think of the card? What's your interpretation? Because I know a lot of people watch because it's like, well, I really want to figure out tarot. So this is the card, the Three of Pentacles. What does that mean to you? Talk amongst yourselves and then we'll have a discussion. I'll be right back. That's the problem with water. Planning and coordination, teamwork, bringing things into existence on the earth plane. That's a great. Look at this. I love that everyone has their own thing. That's wonderful. Yeah. Okay. So it's a 3. So 3 is creativity, right? 3 is creativity. All the 3s are creativity. What I find odd about this card and is that it's in the dark. Why are they in the dark? Why are they in the dark? It's a little weird, right? They're in a church, but they're in the dark. Why would you be? A lot of times, what I feel about this card is like there's something subconscious brewing. Like you might be aware. It's like in the back of your mind. It's in the back of your mind. It's like it's like, no, there's something going on back there. I'm not really quite sure what it is until it kind of comes to the fore. There's a little bit of that, and then the thing also, you could read it as like there's something secretive, right? So it could be, money that is hidden, or it could be sort of illegal money in a way, right? So there's a lot. That's what I love about the cards. That's what I love about the cards. It's like there's a million interpretations, and for me, like as I'm reading, like in the middle of it, I get new info. And sometimes I incorporate that as like, well, this is how I'm reading it at this moment for this reading. And then sometimes it's like, well, that really made a lot of sense. So I'm going to utilize that again. And also, it's really important what the other cards are that are with it. Yeah, it is odd that it's in the dark, isn't it? And also whenever I always feel like whenever the church shows up in any of the readings and any of the cards, there's a spiritual aspect. Whenever the church, because it's all symbolism. So it's like there's a spiritual aspect. So maybe there's some sort of like spiritual, like kind of backdoor end thing that has yet to come to the fore. It's like being worked on. It's not quite ready yet, because there's a, it's not, this isn't ready. They're in the middle of it, right? They're not quite ready, and this is also traditionally like a card of real estate, by the way, right? Building a house or buying a house, right? Having like getting the money together and you know, calling your uncle the bookie. It's like you got 10,000. You got an extra 10,000. Hey, uncle. Shh, shh. There's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of that. All right, let's continue with pay to play. Yes, they could be underground. Exactly, Joan. I went to this fabulous catacomb. It was in Rome. It was this, what was the name of the church? I don't remember the name of the church, but there was this one church, I think it was St. Malachy, I think. There was a St. Malachy in my old neighborhood. Anyway, the church was so old, you went down layers and layers and layers. So they had an old underneath the church, which, this is the way it works. They build on top of each other. We're taking over the holy spot because we're the holy ones now, sort of thing. There was a, what do they call it? Oh my God. A Mithraic temple. So the Mithras was like a Persian god that was all about fertility, and it was like slaying the bull, which goes through a million societies. And then the Roman soldiers took it on, and it was like a secret society, but it was only for men, and I think it was only for soldiers. Anyway, there was a Mithraic altar underneath the church. It was fabulous. And then we went down, and the monks had taken bones of the old monks and made it was so weird, like clocks made out of human bones. It was just so candelabras, all kinds of weird ass stuff. Oh my God. What a fantastic tour. What a fantastic tour. I went when I was in Rome. Oh my God. It was so creepy and weird. It was so weird. The Capuchin Society. It sounds like cappuccino, but it's not the Capuchin Society. It was really, really cool. It was really cool. Humans are very strange. I'm going to take the bone. And in fact, still in Mexico, and some of the Maya are down in the Yucatan, which is pretty far from here. And the Maya, it's Chichen Itza, and it's all that area. But the Maya also were trading up here too, like thousands of years ago. And the Maya still, they dig up the bones of their ancestors and clean them once a year, kind of bring them out. Really interesting. And there's also, a lot of the ancients, their ancestors were buried right under the house, because I think that people were more open. Well, they didn't have Instagram, right? So they were more open to communication. It didn't seem that weird to them, like the whole world was a magical place, right? So they were actually in touch with their ancestors to get information. So they wanted them close, right? And I know a guy, I don't know if any of you know like a spiritualist thing, but the spiritualists, are in, like they're mediums. And I knew a guy, and he was a little bit older than me. Oh, I just got the money, Joan. Thank you. Takes time, right? Um, uh, anyway, a spiritualist thing, um, where he talks to his parents every night and asks them what to do. Kind of fascinating. I mean, my mother comes to me sometimes, but I don't really try to contact her. She's just always around. Um, but I think, if you put an effort into it to try to talk to your ancestors, then they'll come through and give you information. I know, we went on a tangent there. I know, I know. It's really weird because sometimes it happens right away. All right, we're still pay to play. I really wanted to do 20 readings today. I'm ready, but I only have 5 people watching. So. All right. Well, I'm here till noon, so we have another 50 minutes. And I'm not going to drink any more water because then I'll have to take a break and then we'll have to discuss another card. I could drink tea and I'm fine, or coffee, but water. So I'm ready, kids. Pay to play. I would love to do this every week, but it has to, be lucrative. I wouldn't mind doing it. I mean, I would do it twice a week, but I need more. No, I'm grateful that all you were here. I'm grateful that all you were supporting me, but I have to tell you, I'm so happy to be here in Mexico. I'm so happy. It's such a different way of life. It's such a different way of life. It's much more relaxed and calm. Well, I'm from New York, but it's so much more relaxed and calm. And where I live, it's the Mercado, so I could buy fresh fruits and vegetables and fish and all that other stuff a block away. And they're open every day, and they have little restaurants and stuff. And I could buy like little, I don't know, stuff for the house. Nothing big. Like cleaning stuff. I can get my hair cut. You get your nails done. You could buy a mop and a broom and curtains and And then I have a few supermarkets near me, and I even have a Walmart mart near me, which is like fancy here. And I'm near all the trains, so it's actually a more convenient apartment than my one in New York. And my apartment in New York was super convenient. I was like at Times Square, basically. And the thing is that, coming from New York, it's like, oh, it's too cold, it's too hot, it's too this, it's too that. I had to go and do my shopping, and I put everything in my bag and go from store to store to store, which is fine. I really like doing that. I like going to small stores. But it was like, when it's 30 degrees outside, here it's like 80 every day. More. Well, Gina, I don't drive. I don't know how to drive, and I have no desire to learn how to drive. I'm 59. And I lived in New York my whole life. I never really wanted to learn how to drive. See, part of the reason I love Mexico City, but part of it was that they have a really good metro. So the metro, it runs really, it's every 5 minutes. The train is there every 5 minutes, but the train sort of does it goes like, you gotta hang on. You gotta hang on because it's like, really? But it gets you there. And it's 5 pesos, which is like 15 cents. It runs until midnight. But I'm a walker. So, I'm a walker. And I live really close to the center of the city, which is what I'm used to. because sometimes because Mexico City is enormous. It's twice the size of New York. So like, let's say this is the center of the city, right? And like you live here, and then your friend calls you at 8 o'clock. Let's go to a movie. It's like, well, I'm already home, and I got to take the train. If you're in the center of the city, it's like, sure, I'll meet you. Sure, I'll meet you. I get to go everywhere. I get to be in the middle, and I'm connected to all the trains and museums within the neighborhood. Where did you, Adonde, Joan, where did you go to school? Oh, thank you, Brenda. Will my friend Maureen be able to keep her house? Oh my God, I hope so. Thank you, Brenda. Will my friend Maureen be able to keep her house? Okay. I hope so. They made me sad. Yeah. I mean, look, the miser being really practical, watching every dime, right? Being really practical, being really stable. 4, right? Watching every dime. I'm looking at every single dollar that goes out. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to budget. Like this is the budgeting card. It's the miser, it's the budgeter, right? The practical one. And then I get the Wheel of Fortune, which is like, it's almost like I'm calling in the help. I'm calling in my angels and guides, right? And it's a change in fortune. And it's also, it's like evolution. I've evolved. Like I've learned my lesson and I've evolved, right? And now I always think of this as like a gears of a clock. So the way I like to describe it, I wish I had something round. So make believe this is round. It's my cigarette. Right? So if this is and this is 12 o'clock and blah, 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 it's like all of a sudden you evolve like the gears of a clock. So now if I'm on this level, I went up one and it's like, oh, now I can see a bigger picture. Oh, I didn't know above the tree line there was a lake there. I didn't realize there were mountains there. I didn't realize. So there's an evolution, right? And then I get strength, and strength also is about strength is really a yes, and this is really a yes. This is really, really a yes. But strength is really about, it's about a lot of things, but it's about union of body and mind, and it's really about utilizing your courage in a really directed by spirit way. So it's like, I know when to roar, I know when to hunt, I know when to rest, because I'm being guided by spirit and I'm allowing myself, because this is called a Leo, right? Leo is about leadership. And like a true leader lets himself be led. Got me? So that's then, and being led by spirit, by the loving, comforting arm of spirit. This is a yes. Oh no, you wanted to see the pyramids. Well, it's interesting, Joan, and thank you, Brenda, by the way. I hope that helped. It was a yes. I mean, it was a definite yes. This is like a great card. Your luck is changing. And this is a great card too. This is also about union of body and mind, right? So there's like a union going on that'll, it's almost like, well, I'm going to use my instinct and my mind together, combined to, right? Oh, it said to call this and this one, so I will, or something like that. So Jones, you used to be able, so Teotihuacan, the big pyramids, you used to be able to go up. And when I was first here, I guess in 2018 or whatever it was, the first time I came here, 2017 maybe, I went, and it was like amazing, and I was able to climb. But during COVID, they did some LiDAR stuff. I mean, I don't know if this is true. This is what I heard. So the LiDAR does that light thing. So, the way the pyramids were built, it's like, here's one, here's the original, and then they do rubble and they build another one, and they do rubble and they build another, and it just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. So there's a lot of holes in it, right? With air and this and that. And, it's been out for, 1,000 years. So anyway, they did some LiDAR and they're like, someone's going to fall through this thing. So they close, so you can't climb it anymore. But you can walk around it. And I have to tell you, when you go up it, because it's very like this. So you're like, oh, I could do that. And halfway up, it's like, what did I get myself into? What did I get myself into? And when you're halfway up, you can't like just turn around, because the steps are like this, they're super high and they're super narrow. So it's like when you're climbing, you really got to climb like this, right? Because it's like, you don't want to go backwards. And it's hot. So, but I'm glad I went to the top. And then I went to Puebla before I came here, and the really big pyramid in Cholula is there. I think it's the biggest pyramid in the world by volume. And I was like, I'm going to the pyramid. I'm going to do a ritual. I'm going to call on the ancestors, all my Mayan ancestors, and my feathers, and my jaguar spirit. And it was closed. But I think, a lot with the COVID thing, a lot of nations were able to like close stuff down that was like too much for them to maintain. And now it's like, oh, well, it's not safe. I think it's very convenient. Yeah, but you know what, Joan? It was very much more, it was very ritualized. I mean, most of the time it was very ritualized. And many, many times the people who were sacrificed were actually royals, right? You got to wear fancy stuff, but they might say, "Oh, you're really special. We're going to use you." Most of the time, it was royals and warriors. It was a very ritualized, for the most part. It was a very ritualized human sacrifice thing, and it was probably really political too. I mean, let's not. I mean, they were humans at the same time. It's like, that family has too much power. I'm going to choose somebody from that family. It wasn't so much like, oh, just Joe Schmo. It was like, if you're going to sacrifice somebody, make them important, right? Say something, because that way, if you kill that one, you're saying something to thousands of people that are kind of related to them, instead of just, Mr. Teotihuacano walking down the street. Oh yeah, we choose you. No. It was much more like directed, because it was a very controlled society, especially in Teotihuacan. It was a very controlled society. So I'm sure that they chose really, really, really wisely as to who they were going to sacrifice. Oh, well, and then, I'm sure they had their own version of newspapers then too, and Instagram. Yeah, it's fascinating. Fascinating. The interesting thing about Teotihuacan is that, first you have to remember that Mexico is all mountains. So, they didn't have any horses. Yeah, they had to walk. They didn't have any beasts of burden. They had to walk. So you're walking through a mountain valley, over a mountain, through another one, and they traded. They had a trade network that went up to Arizona and down to Costa Rica. It's like, really? And they had jade from this area, and chocolate from that area, and feathers from that area, and textiles from that area, and cotton from this area, and foodstuffs from the jungle, and foodstuffs from the arid regions, and they walked. Incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah, it's so fascinating. It's just the most fascinating thing. It really is. All right, I'm still ready to pay to play. Kids. I would. Um, okay. $11.06. Thank you. Yeah, it's fascinating. And then when you think about that, they built the pyramids. They didn't have any oxen. They didn't have any horses. There's no animal here that you can't train a jaguar, right? The only thing they domesticated were turkey and dogs to eat, right? And the funny thing is, you never find turkey here, never. Yeah, I would love to do more of these videos of I want to do more videos of like mythology because I know a lot about mythology and I want to like do ones on like the Greek um ancients, like Diana and Apollo and blah blah blah, and then on Egyptian, Mesopotamian, Hindu. I mean, to me, it's like the stories and the mythology and the stories and the history. It's like there's so much to learn there. I mean, this is what I sit and watch. And I would love to do videos on that and also bring in, because I need to learn more, or I want to learn more about like the Aztecs, the Maya, and there are a lot of other tribes here. People think, oh, it's just this and that. It's like there are like 20 something tribes that are still alive and well living here with their own customs and their own way of doing things and their own rituals. And, the languages are still spoken here. In the States, we just killed them all or just sent them off and, let them die on the road and, put them in reservations where, like one house is here and one house is here. And it's like there's and forced our culture on that. It's more vital here, more alive because they recognize these languages and there's a lot going on. It's a fascinating. I love it. To me, it's almost like when you're a kid and you get a Christmas, like you get a present, and it's like you open it up and you get that, and then within that box is another box with more stuff, and within that box is another box with more stuff. Like that's how it feels like when I'm here. That's how it feels. Like there's more to learn, there's more to see, there's more to do, and the food is really, really, really intricate and involved because it's all these different tribes. They all got a little different thing going on. Chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Somebody write something in chat to see if it's alive and well. Unable to connect to chat. Oh, shit. It's probably attached to PayPal and Venmo. All right. See if somebody can write something. Just write hello or goodbye or Mexico or. Hmm. Well, there are 4 of us here, but you can't chat back, so that's not good. I don't know if it's the connection, because usually it would tell me my connection is unstable. Maybe not. All right. Listen, if I can't chat and you can't chat back, I'm going to have to say sayonara. I'm going to throw one more card for the day. One more card for the day. And then I'm going to say goodbye because it's not working. All right. And then I'm going to do a thing because it's like, I need to do at least 8, 10 readings. because otherwise it's like, all right. Let's see what the card is of the day. Yeah. The 8, awareness. Awareness of the thing that's going to make you happy. Awareness of the thing that's going to make you full. Leaving something behind and walking towards something that's more fulfilling. Emotionally. Leaving something behind and walking towards something that's more fulfilling emotionally. That is what's going on. So do something emotionally fulfilling today, and we shall see what happens. All right, kids. Blessings. Thank you for joining me. I will make a decision as to whether I'm going to do this next Friday. And if you'd like a private, ripecolorcommunity.com. And if you just want a one question private, you can email me $20 and I'll email you the answer back. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Thank you.